Ahahaha. No, we admit nothing. I mean, Hik-chan, of course it would be nice if you joined and we'd appreciate it. But even without all that, joining the student council shows a healthy interest in the workings of one's school. Yep, it's true, Hik-chan. Besides, don't you want to spend time with us after school, Hik-chan? I can't tell if she's being genuine or if this is just really good acting. Both of them seem to be trying hard to look their cutest, although they are already pretty cute to begin with. Well... ... So it's settled then. Welcome to the student council, Hik-chan. What? No! No! Ah, see, Hik-chan. Of course it wouldn't go so easily. ... Yep, that's right though. It would be boring if it went that smoothly. Oh well, Hik-chan owes me candy now. You were betting on it? Hey, my life is not a game here. Actually, it is. Brrr. Okay. Shizune seems very intrigued by this when Misha signs it to her. The aggressive glint returns to her eyes. ... Wahahaha! That's interesting, Hik-chan. Let's play a game. That's not what I said. How about rich man, poor man, Hik-chan? If you lose, you have to join the student council. No, absolutely not. Aww, why not? Well, because you two both have the same incentive and therefore the same goal, which is to get me to join the student council, right? ... Yep. Yeah, that isn't my goal, but what this means that both of you can team up and I'll be at a clear disadvantage, so I'll have to decline. ... Hik-chan, I am very offended. Are you saying you don't trust us, and that we would pull something so disingenuous? It's like, it's spelled out. Yeah. That makes me sad. Sorry? It's hard to tell where Suzune's influence ends and Misha's thoughts begin. ... In order to atone for hurting a young girl's feelings, you should definitely join the student council. No. How about a game of paper football instead of rich man, poor man? Paper football? Yeah, it's a game they play in America. You make a paper triangle, and then you try to shoot it past the goalpost that the other player makes with their fingers. Isn't it cool? It's the ultimate form of competition between two people, Hik-chan.
You see, I told you this was a dating sim about disabled girls, but what it really is it's a sports yaoi.
Of course.
But it's paper football.
It's just paper football, the game, hidden in the name Katawa Shoujo, bro. Okay. ... And it's also played by elementary and middle school children, Hik-chan. Wahaha! That means it's a game that really separates the boys from the men. More like the boys from the slightly older boys. Anyway, I'm not going to play that either. Just the fact that you know about it means you're probably surprisingly good at it. Ha 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 ha! Yeah, that's true. How did you know, Hik-chan? Shizune frowns at Misha, telling me that she probably wasn't supposed to admit that so readily. I wouldn't say that I'm happy with their attempts to get me into the student council, but I'm a little curious about what the student council does here. I've never been on one before, or even known anybody who is a member of it, so it interests me. I also kind of like Shizune and Misha, so maybe it wouldn't be so bad. ... Okay, Hik-chan, how about Risk, the game of world domination? I don't know what that is. It's really fun, Hik-chan. You fight for control of the world with armies and everything. Sounds like Shizune would be good at it. If you want to play, we can after school. ... Ah, really, Hik-chan? We can play just for fun, Hik-chan. Hik-chan hasn't played in a long time, so if you want to, there are no strings attached. Well, okay. Perfect. We'll see you after school in the student council room. Then, Hik-chan? Wait, why there? Because that's where we keep the game. Wahahaha! I grimace to tell them how much I do not like this, but it's more for show than for anything. So in the end I agree, but only after getting Shizune to acknowledge that I don't mean anything concrete by just accepting to take a look around and play a game with her. Lunch ends and we go back to class. Oh. During afternoon classes, the long-haired girl comes back and sits down in her seat without a word. Again, no one seems to notice, or if they do, no one says anything. I want to ask Misha about it, but I don't want to be nosy. Just ask about it. Just ask. After school, Shizune and Misha quickly find me by the first floor lobby and latch onto me, covering each flank in case I might try to escape. I feel a little offended, but I've been considering it. Nevertheless, I'm a bit disturbed that enough people have made a break for it in the past that they're on their guard. What's with the escort? This doesn't make me feel very comfortable. In fact, it makes me feel like a dangerous prisoner being transported to a cell. Wahaha! What's so wrong, Hee-chan? ... That's right, we're just going to play a game of Risk, remember? I don't know, Misha. This all seems a little sinister to me. I start thinking that when we sit down and play the game, they'll tie me down and torture me until I agree to join the student council. Of course. Well, that's highly unlikely, but still, for some reason, it just seems like it would be plausible. Getting to the student council room is as simple as turning 2 corners from where we started. What? That's it? This makes you guys being so on top of me seem a little silly. ... That's not true, Hee-chan. Hee-chan says that when their life is threatened, people have shown the capability to pull off superhuman bursts of speed. Life is threatened? Her expression unchanging, Misha signs something amusedly to Shizune, who makes a baffling face and puts her hands behind her back, looking pleased with herself. Misha feigns deafness and hums cheerily. Stop that, I know you heard me. You have no excuse, unlike Shizune. Shizune opens the door of the student council room. It's a very plain, sparsely decorated room, although it is quite large, maybe even a little larger than a classroom. There's a big table in the center, surrounded by chairs, and a smaller desk prominently placed in the back that I assume is Shizune's. There are a few regular desks and chairs stacked to one side as well. Extras, perhaps? Aside from the tables and chairs, the room doesn't have much else to offer, just a couple of filing cabinets and bookshelves stacked with old school records and documents. Not much else, in fact, nothing else. This is a pretty bleak room that they could at least put a potted plant in here or something, but the most noticeable thing that this room doesn't have is other people. Are we early? ... No. What do you mean no? Does it mean nobody else is coming today? ... Yeah, that's right. Before I manage to ask why that's the case, Shizune claps her hands together very energetically. ... Hee-chan, let's play Risk. Come on, you promised, didn't you? You have to. Ha 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 ha. Okay. Do you want to know the rules? We can explain to you while we set everything up. While Misha is talking, Shizune takes out what looks like a board game from behind one of the filing cabinets and throws it on the table. Actually, this looks kind of interesting. After Misha spends a little too long for her liking, running through the basics with a somewhat vague and confusing tutorial, Shizune cuts in and declares that the game has started with a decisive motion, slicing her arm through the air. Shizune's aggressiveness is rubbing off onto me. I start feeling more competitive than I intended to be when I agreed to this. Halfway into the game, while I try to ponder how to defend against Shizune's assault from 2 fronts, she breaks my concentration by drumming her fingers on the table to get my attention. ... Hee-chan, Sheik-chan wants you to know that you were taking too long to make a move. Sheik-chan also says that she will let you keep Australia if you agree to join the student council. I thought this was a game with no strings attached. Just the fact that she would have dangled that over my head as an offer means that she knows I care about the outcome of this game. And anyway, no! ... Sheik-chan admires your fighting spirit and would be a benevolent dictator who will spare your people if you agree to join the student council. Ha 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 ha.